To explore the unknown reality, you must venture within your own psyche, travel inward through invisible roads as you journey outward on physical ones. Your material reality is formed through joint cooperation, period. Your own ideas, objectified, become a part of the physical environment. In this vast cooperative venture, the thoughts and feelings of each living being take root, so to speak, springing up as objectified data. Each system of reality uses its own codified system. This effectively provides a sort of framework. Generally speaking, then, you agree to objectify certain inner data privately and en masse at any given time. In those terms, the airplane objectified the inner idea of flying in your time, and not in AD 1500, for example. You may have heard people say of an idea, "Its time has not yet come." This simply means that there is not enough energy connected with the idea to propel it outward into the world of physical experience as an objective, mass-experienced event. In the dream state and in certain other levels of reality, ideas and their symbols are immediately experienced. There is no time lag, then, between a feeling and its exteriorized condition. It is automatically experienced in whatever form is familiar and natural to the one who holds it. The psyche is presented with its own concepts, which are instantly reflected in dream situations and other events that will be explained shortly. If you dream or yearn for a new house in physical life, for instance, it may take some time before that ideal is realized, even though such a strong intent will most certainly bring about its physical fulfillment. The same desire in the dreaming state, however, may lead to the instant creation of such a house as far as your dream experience is concerned. Again, there is no time lag between desire and its materialization. There are levels within dreams, highly pertinent but mainly personal, and they reflect your own private intents and purposes. There are other levels, further away in your terms, that involve mass behavior on a psychic level, where together the inhabitants of the physical world plan out future events. Here, probabilities are recognized and utilized. Symbolism is used. There is such an interweaving of intent that this is difficult to explain. Private desires here are magnified as they are felt by others or minimized accordingly, so that in the overall, large general plans are made having to do with the species at any given time. Here again, these desires and intents must fit into the codified system as it exists. At these levels, you are still close to home. Beyond, there are layers of actuality in which your psyche is also highly involved, and these may or may not appear to have anything to do with the world that you know. When you travel into such realms, you usually do so from the dream state, still carrying your private symbols with you. Even here, these are automatically translated into experience. This is not your own codified system, however. You may journey through such a reality, perceiving it opaquely, layering it over with your own perceived symbols, and taking those for the real environment. In these terms, the real environment will be that which was generally perceived by the natural inhabitants of the system. To begin with, your own symbols rise from deep levels of the psyche, and in certain terms, you are a part of any reality that you experience. But you may have difficulty in the interpretation of events. If you are in a world not yours, with your consciousness drifting, you are in free gear, so to speak, your feelings and thoughts flowing into experience. You have to learn how to distinguish your psychological state from the reality in which you find yourself if you want to maintain your alertness and explore that environment. Many of my readers find themselves in such situations while they are sleeping. While still dreaming, they seem to come suddenly awake in an environment that appears to make no sense. Demons may be chasing them. The world may seem topsy-turvy. The dead and the living may meet and speak. Now, in almost all instances, demons in dreams represent the dreamer's belief in evil, instantly materialized. They are not the inhabitants of some nether world then or other ground. We will be giving some instructions that will enable readers to experiment with the projection of consciousness, at least to some extent. It is very important for you to realize that even in dreams, you form your own reality. Your state of mind, freed from its usual physical focus, creatively expresses itself in all of its power and brilliance. The state of mind itself serves as an intent, propelling you into realities of like conditions. In your world, you travel from one country to another, and you do not expect them to be all alike. Instead, you visit various parts of the world precisely because of the differences among them. So all out-of-body journeys do not lead to the same locale. Instinctively, you leave your body for varying amounts of time each night while you sleep. But those journeys are not programmed. You plan your own tours, in other words. As many people with the same interests may decide to visit the same country together on tour, so in the out-of-body condition, you may travel alone or with some companions. If you are alert, you may even take snapshots. Only as far as inner tours are concerned, the snapshots consist of clear pictures of the environment taken at the time, developed in the unconscious, and then presented to the waking mind.